Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back. Today's going to be a video number 22 for us. Okay. First word for us is ahad. Okay. Root is hamza, ha, and dal. And the meaning is, of course, one. Okay. All right. So the example we have from the Quran is, oh, you know what? Let's use a different color pen. قل هو الله أحد. Yeah, and then it stops. Okay. Let's highlight our word. Here's the word ahad. And of course, this is from Surah from Surah Ikhlas that we read all the time. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. Say, Allah, He is ahad, the one, the only one. Okay. All right. Next word we have is ilah. I think the root is hamza lam and ya. Ilah means oh, God. Notice I'm writing this with a small g, not our God, the only God. It also means deity. Okay. So we have example here. Allahu la ilaha illa illahu. And then it goes on. Okay. And there's our word, ilah. Okay. It says Allahu la ilaha illahu. Allah, there is no other ilah, there's no other God except who, meaning except the who goes back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it means except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allahu la ilaha illahu. Allah, there is no other God except Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? I think I can fit this word in here as well. The next word is sharik. Clean this up a little bit. So we have, let's see. Yeah, you guys can see it. Sharik. Sharik. So the root is sharaka. Shin, ra, and kaf. Its the meaning is partner. Oops. Sorry. I don't know what's going on here. Can't spell. Partner. Partner. It also means like association or associate. Associate. Other. So those would be some of the translation that we have, inshallah. Okay. So we have the example from the Quran. It says something, something, and then it says لا شريك لا شريك له. It's actually lahu, but since we stop on it, it gives you that, and then we have to stop always in sukoon when we stop in the Quran. That's part of the rules of tajweed, that when we stop anywhere in the ayah, if you're running out of breath or you're about to cough or somebody calls, you're stopping, we always stop on a sukoon, like in this case lahu. So if we're going to stop here, it becomes la, la. Or if we were to stop here, this is the word huwa, has the fatha, so but we're stopping here, then it becomes hu. Right? Okay, that was just a little side note. So it says la sharika la. So it obviously there's something that's before that is talking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that there is no partner, associate, there's no other, there's no anything, nobody's, we're not associating anybody with you, we're not joining anybody with you, so there's nobody else, you know. Allahu, meaning it goes back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that to him, like there's no partner association to him. Okay, so that would be the meaning here. All right, inshallah, let's erase the board and we will come back. Okay, so next word is a shahada. Shahada. So let's see. We also have the, no, that's a different one. Okay, so the root is shahada. Okay, and then the meaning is witness. If you guys remember in the last, on lesson 21, we talked about the word shaheed, and then shahada, shaheed, shuhada. These are all from the same root letters. And so when we talked about shaheed, that also meant present, witness. Shahada, in someone that gives, you know, he or she's being a witness. So that's what means here. Excuse me. So it says from the Quran, Ya ayyuhalladhina, ayyuhalladhina, ladhina, amanu, oops, amanu, shahadatu, 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 bainakum, bainakum. Okay, and it goes on. The word that we are looking for is here, shahada. And then here it says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, shahadatu bainakum. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us that, O you who believe, meaning amanu, someone who has submitted themselves in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah is saying, O you who believe, shahadatu, meaning that have witness, between you, بينكم, between you all, between yourselves, when uh, when you guys are making any kind of transactions between each other, so it's a good idea to have a witness, that they witness that this person and this person are doing something, and these people are there as witnesses, a shahada. So later on, there's no he said, she said, they said, whatever. So you have two witnesses and they're there. Okay. All right. The next word we have, and we, shahada, we do this. We have witnesses, and we have on so many things, when we do transactions, when we do has to do things with the law, and sometimes so there's a lot of different things that we do this. Okay. The next word, I can't decide what color pen I need to use. Okay. We have the word arsh. Arsh. That's those are the roots. Arsh means a throne. Okay. We have the example here from the Qur'an. There's something before it. Wa laha arshun. Arshun azimun. Azimun. Okay. This is obviously from out of context, and there was something before it, and then it says walaha arshun azim, and for her there is this azim, this massive, massive throne. So this was talking about from Saba, the queen of Sheba, where she had this massive, a big kingdom, and she was the queen. Obviously, she was the lady who was running. She was in charge of everything, and she had this massive throne that it goes in the story of Sulaiman alayhi salam, that he sends, someone says that if someone could bring, her arsh to me, her throne, and then she'll come back, and then hopefully she'll accept, you know Islam, and become, Muslim, submit herself to God, because they used to worship all kinds of other things, idols and whatnot. So, but anyway, so this is the ayah is coming from there. So it's just to give an example for arsh, meaning that her throne was azim. Okay. Next word we have is ahda. Ahda. Ain ha da. Ahda, it means promise. And then commitment. Okay, so words kind of like that. And then we have the example. Let's see, there's something there. And then it says الذين ينقضون ينقضون عهد الله من بعد. Okay, and then it goes on. Excuse me. Here's the word. Oops, forgot to do that. Here's this. There's this word. So here it says الذين ينقضون عهد الله من بعد. Those who break their ahd, meaning their covenant, their promise, their commitment with God, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Min ba'di, after when it came to them, the ayah goes on. So basically, like after they know, they're aware, all of that, yet still they go back on their word. They break their promise. Okay? So this is from out of the context, but that's what that means. All right, inshallah, we still have a few others. So let me erase the board and we'll be right back. Okay. Next word is ghaib. So the root is sorry, this is a yeah. Okay. Ghaba, I think it's actually it's an alif. So it'd be like ghaba yaghibu, ghaib. All right, where are we? Let's see, ghaib. So what does this mean? This means like unseen, unknown, like hidden, not present, or meaning absent. So these were be the meanings of this word. So let's get the example, inshallah. We have inna allaha, inna allaha alimu, alimu, alimu غيب السماوات غيب السماوات سماوات والأرض. أرضي. Okay, and then it goes on. Our word is ghaib here. So when we read it, it says, Inna Allaha alimu ghaib as-samawati wal ardi. No doubt, definitely for sure, Allah is the alim. He knows the ghaib, the unseen of as-samawat, which is the seven skies or the seven heavens, wal ardi, and also the earth. So this means that Allah knows everything, things that we don't know, things that we cannot see. If for us, if something is not in front of us, and it's we can't comprehend that. There's so much underneath. We are on this earth, but yet there's so much in this earth that we cannot see. Like the depths of the sea that no one has ever excuse me, no one has ever been able to go that far down because we don't have the tools or the means right now. But us going out up in the heavens, getting out there, we have no ways of getting out there but from where we go right now to the moon and whatnot. But aside from that, to us, it's not known. But here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us that He is the one, He's the alim. He has the ilm, the knowledge of the unseen, things that it's not apparent, that we cannot see, but he has the knowledge of that, of everything. The next word we have is, where is this? This is the word we have is kitab. Kitabun. Kataba is the root. Kitab obviously means book. It also means to, I believe, I think there's different meaning, but for, like I said, for the purpose that we're studying, we'll just leave it at, it also means like prescribed. Prescribed, sorry, that's a D. Okay. It's pretty, easy word. And then the plural that we have is kutub. Let me write it here. This is the plural. And we have both forms that we come across in the Quran. So it's good to have that here. And then so the example we have here is kitabun. Kitabun. An unzila. Unzila ilayka. Ilayka. And then it goes on. So here's kitab. Remember, I kind of pointed this out the other day. I said sometimes it's written like this. It's all in one word, but it has the little alifs here and there that tells you to stretch this like a regular mud 2 counts. Or sometimes you see in some prints it's written like that separately, so you clearly see that it's kitab. So if you're not paying attention, you're not looking at this little alif, then you can read it as katabun, then that would not be correct. So it would be kitabun. Okay. All right. And the meaning is, of course, there's something before it, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that kitabun unzila ilayka, meaning the Quran. This is the book that we have unzila, that we have sent down, ilayka, for you or upon you. Okay. All right, inshallah, let's clear up the board and we'll be right back. All right. Next word we have is kalimatun. Kalimatun. Root is kalima. The meaning is word. Okay. So we have the example here. وَجَعَلَهَا جعلها كلمة باقية. كلمة باقية. And then it continues. So the word is here, kalimatun. And so it says, وَجَعَلَهَا كَلِمَةٌ بَاقِيَةٌ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that we made it, or he, I'm sorry, not we. He, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he made it a word that remains, that lasts. So what word is this talking about? It is talking about the kalimatul shahada that we recite. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. So la ilaha illallah is the kalimatin that baqiya, that's lasting, that stays. And it just goes on and on. All right, next word we have is malak. Malak. Malaka. Those are the roots. Angel. Angel. Sorry, this is angel, and then we have malaika. Those are the angels. Let's give you the plural for that too. Al ma la ikatu. Al ma la ikatu. So this would be angels, which we recite this in the Quran a lot, so it's good to have the plural as well. I'll put S. So that's angel and then angels. A lot of words that with this root comes up also, like Malik, Mulk. Let's see. What else we have? We have Malik, Malaika, Malik, Mulk. These they all have the same root. So of course the meaning changes a little bit depending on what kind of change it goes through, but it comes from the same root letter. All right, in this case, we're talking about malak, which is angel. And the example we have from the Quran, in هذا هذا إلا ملك كريم. ملك كريم. Karimun, and then it stops there. So obviously, this is from the story of Yusuf alayhi salam. Let's highlight this. And there's something before it. In hada illa malakun kareem. And they are saying that the ladies that were there and saw Yusuf alayhi salam, and they were saying that this cannot be, meaning that this is nothing else but a malak, an angel, a noble angel. Karim means noble. So he is a noble angel. They were talking to each other and they were saying that when they saw him, everybody was so shocked and surprised to see him. And so that's their description of Yusuf alayhi salam. Okay, and then we have the example for al-malaika. Well, let's see, we have the space, okay. I'm gonna start a little bit higher here. قال ربك للملائكة ملائكة إني خالق بشرا. And then stops there. I think it continues, but this is where we're going to stop. Okay, so let's highlight the word that we're looking for. Here it is. Here it says al malaikatu, and here we have lil malaikati. So the lam here is meaning it's for the angels. Qala rabbuka, your Lord said what? Lil malaikat, to the angels. Inni, no doubt, for sure, I will khaliqum, I will create bashar, meaning human beings. So obviously this is in the beginning of time where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala willed that he was going to create human beings and nas on earth. All right, we've got two more words and then inshallah we'll be done. So let me clean the board and we'll be right back. Okay, the next word we have is mithaq. Just make sure we have, my mic is on. Mithaq. That's the root. And then the meaning is covenant, treaty, like promise. So those are fall here under this mithaq. And then we give the example from the Quran. وَإِذْ أَخَذَ اللَّهُ وَإِذْ أَخَذَ اللَّهُ أخذ الله ميثاق الذين ميثاق الذين أوتوا الكتاب أوتوا الكتاب. And it goes on. So we're going to highlight the word mithaq. It's a covenant, a treaty, a promise. Then there's something before it when it says وَإِذْ أَخَذَ اللَّهُ مِيثَاقَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ. And remember when Allah took what? Mithaq, a covenant, a treaty, a promise. From who? From those who were utul kitaba, were given the book. Okay, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took a covenant from these people that were given the book, the scriptures. Okay, and then it goes on to talk about other things, but our focus is on the word mithaq. And then the last word we have here is wahid, wahidun, wahidun, wahada. That's the root. Okay, so this means, again, this means one. Remember we talked about ahad, that means one. Wahid means one. If you remember, they all have the same kind of a root letter, so it means one. All right, so the example we have, wa ilahukum, ilahukum ilahun wahid. Stops there and then it continues. Okay, let's highlight, excuse me, the word here, wahid. And of course, as always, there's something before, and then it says, wa ilahukum, and your God is a God that is wahid, that is one and only. There's only one God. Wa ilahukum ilahum wahid. And your God is one God. All right, so these are all the words that we have to cover in this class, inshallah. Let me go ahead and quickly review. We said ahad means one. Ilah means God or deity. Sharik or shuraka means partners or associates. Shahada means witness. Arsh means the throne, could be Arsh of Allah, the throne of Allah. Ahda means promise or covenant or commitment. Ghaib, unseen or hidden. Kitab or kutub, kitab is a book, or kutub is plural for books. Kalima is the word. We have malak or malaika. Malak, of course, is angel, and then malaika is for more than one angels. And then we have mithaq, which is covenant and treaty. And then the last word we have is wahid, meaning one. All right, inshallah, until next video. Assalamu alaikum.